Hey YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you enjoy being here and hanging out with me. Now, I just wanted to jump into a couple of my March favorites so we can just get a vibe for what I've been digging this month and what I've been using and, you know, stuff I just really want you to know that I like. The first thing I want to point out is the Cover FX palette. We got this in a Boxy Luxe this past month, and I realized a lot of people did not get the proper shade for their skin tone. A lot of people thought I got the dark shade in my unboxing, but I actually got the light shade, and I have been, sorry if you didn't get the right one, but adoring this palette. The powders are so soft, they're so blendable, and they're so complementary to my skin tone. The highlighters look a little dark, and this one definitely is, and I definitely know I'll be able to use that one in the summer. This one is absolutely stunning. The blush is beautiful. The contour I can actually use as an all-over bronzer. It's what I have on as bronzer right now, and I adore it. This finishing powder is a little bit glittery for me, but it does work well, and it is soft as a nice under eye setting. It's just sometimes I don't feel like going for that tiny teeny bit of micro glitter under my eye. It is really pretty. It's not the super forte, but the brightener, I have it on my inner eye corner right now, and they just hit it out of the park with this palette, Cover FX. It has pretty nice packaging, it has a nice big mirror, and I got it in a Boxy Luxe, and I just think that I have the shade in light medium. I just think it is so complimentary and so blendable and buttery. I have been enjoying this palette so much. It has been on the top of my vanity all month. I've been reaching for it all month, and I'm so glad I got it. Next is a set of brushes that we got in our, I think we got it in our Ipsy Glam. We got it in our Ipsy Glam Bag Plus this week, and it's actually a set of 5 Farrah brushes. At first I didn't think they were anything to really write home with. There's 2 super similar like fluffy blending brushes. There's a little bit of a shader brush, as well as this small blender brush, and then just like this kind of weird angled brush. This one is one that I do like under my eyelids, and then I'll blend it out under my waterline, and then I'll blend it out. But I have just found myself reaching for these over and over again, and not even because, you know, I like to review all the products that I get in my box, but these blending brushes work so well for just trying to get like a perfect little blend going on, a perfect little diffused crease so that everything doesn't look very stark. This is very pretty of a tiny blender brush. This is their tapered blending. I like to take this into smaller areas. It really packs a punch and does blend pretty well. And then this is a great packing on brush. This is the short shading. I just use this to pack a color on, and I have been thoroughly enjoying all, mostly 4, but I'll say 5. Mostly I've been enjoying the 4 fluffier brushes. They're just so well made, and they don't look like anything super well to write home about, but honestly, I've been reaching for them over and over, and I just think that they diffuse a look so beautifully. I can see these being part of my regular routine from now on. Next is something that really goes without saying. It's the Confidence in a Cream. I got this in a Boxy Luxe, and I adore this cream. I always did. It's a little bit heavy, but it's a great moisturizer on me. It preps my skin very well for makeup. I've been noticing my makeup looks a little better than when I have not been using it. So this was such a good product to get. I know this is not like a Boxycharm review, but since I get so many subscription boxes, so many of my favorites are from subscription boxes. So I apologize. But you know I'm using them, right? Next is something that we actually got, I believe this was in our December Boxy Luxe, and it is this it came in a set. It's the Luxie Mini Tapered Brush. This is such a teeny tiny little blender brush. This is so good almost to go in for shading. See how I have this yellow in my crease? What I'll do is I'll take this tiny little brush and I'll actually go above the line of yellow with a yellow that is 1 or 2 shades lighter, so it helps to blend out the look a lot more seamlessly. It looks a lot more coherent. It doesn't look as stark, and this is good because it's so little, but it's also fluffy that it's good for detailing, but also good for blending. So that's what's really cool about this. Guys, how pretty. I believe this, I don't know if this is limited edition. I know that Wet n Wild came out with their jelly highlighters, and this is in the shade Blaze and Glaze. I don't know if this is in their permanent collection, but this is the Mega Jelly Highlighter. I found it underneath the rose display at Ulta, and oh My freaking God, it is stunningly beautiful. This is what it looks like, and it looks like a hot mess, but let me just take a little bit and swatch it for you. Like, can we just take a moment? Oh my God. Wet n Wild makes the best highlighters. The best. Like, look at that. It's just so striking. It's the most beautiful cream highlight I've probably ever used, and that's saying a lot. I love the Cover FX custom shimmer drops, but oh, this is just unbelievable. I'm so happy I bought it. I wasn't gonna pick it up. I thought maybe, you know, like I got the jelly highlighters from Makeup Revolution and I wasn't a big fan, but this shade in Blaze and Glaze is phenomenal. You get so much product. I'll probably never use this up, but I can just imagine mixing a dot of this with my foundation in the summertime and just imagine what a pretty glow that'll give you, especially when I'm a little bit darker in the summertime. I'm just so pleased with this. And then blending it out, it blends out so well with a damp beauty sponge on my cheeks. I'm wearing it right now, but then I have a little bit of another thing over it, but it is the most seamless. And you have to use so little. If you use a lot, it can get ugly, but if you just dot this on your beauty blender, damp, you're going to, and it's not glittery. It's very lit from within, but it's stunning. This is another thing that I'm beside myself. This has been sold out for the longest time. I am obsessed with Lorac highlights. I think they're some of the most beautiful face products that you can have, especially for me as a bridal makeup artist. Lorac makes very understated but beautiful and beaming highlights for brides. This is not that. This is from their Mega Beam. This is their Light Source Mega Beam highlighter. I was so excited to see they came out with this, but it is always sold out at my Ulta. It is in Gilded Lily. I finally got my hands on this. It's in this beautiful rose gold packaging, and it is so blinding. It's not like the Lorac highlighters I have that are understated and pretty on the skin. This is a screaming highlight, and that's what I wanted. I wanted the Lorac formula. You'll see it right next to, this is the Wet n Wild highlight, and then this side you can see it's a little more rose gold. That is the Lorac highlight. It is so pretty. I mean, I know I'm saying pretty and stunning over and over, but this is my favorites video, so I'm going to say that. I love that the packaging is rose gold. It is $24, so that's pretty pricey for a highlighter. But I am obsessed with Lorac highlighters. This is the one in Starlight, and it is such a pretty understated highlight. I mean, this is always a favorite of mine, but just to see just how much more gleaming the one is compared to the regular ones, you can just, it's candy wrappers. My next product is such an unexpected hit, especially because I've gotten so many products by this brand in like Ipsy and all of my subscription boxes, and it was always just such a throwaway brand to me. I'm always like, oh, they threw another product by this brand in there. It's by Douce, and it's actually this lip crayon in the shade Winterberry, and I know you're like, Meg, it's March. I want a deep red lip 24/7. And I also got it in last month's Allure or this month's Allure. I can't, no, last month's Allure, I got it. And oh my God, you can tell I've already nubbed the thing down. It came perfectly nice and pointed. For some reason, this is very long wearing, and it's also just very easy to use. It's like a seamless, deep red, deep berry red that makes your teeth look really white. It's so complimentary on my skin tone, and I can see it being so complimentary on so many more skin tones. I've just found myself reaching for this because it's so easy to fill in your lips nice and quick and fast, and it looks so nice. So, unexpected hit by the brand Douce. It's a Douce Relentless Matte Lip Crayon in Winterberry, and very unexpected that I would love this, but I have fallen deeply in love with this. Next is another product that we actually got, was it in last month? No, it was actually in this month's Boxyluxe. And I got my Boxyluxe super early, so I've been able to use these products for around 2.5, 3 weeks. And it's something that I didn't think I would love, but it's this iconic London Brow Sponge Duo. Now, is it way too dark for my skin tone? Kind of. Do I still use it? Yes. It's this pretty sponge that comes like that. So it's like a bouncy sponge. I used that lighter shade. I was a bit afraid it was going to be a bit green toned, but this is actually very easy to use. It comes with this little brush that actually works super well with this product. I was not expecting this to be so easy to work with that it really shocked me. It helps to give me a nice little shape, a nice little fill-in. It's a little too dark for my taste, but I can kind of pull it off. I have them in my brows right now and they're a little dark, but my hair's always fluctuating in color. I thought this was gonna be really hard to use. So like I said, I'm just so shocked that this eye cushion, Sculpt and Boost eyebrow cushion, worked so well for me by Iconic London. This was like a $45 product, so good thing it worked for me. Another brow product, I think I got this in an Allure. This is the Brow Gal Tanya Crooks Instant Brow Hair Tinted Brow Gel. I've had this before and I really liked it, but I had it in blonde hair and I actually think I like it a little better in brown hair because my natural hair is this color in my part. It's like a very dark, mousy, dirty blonde, almost brown. So this actually matches a little bit better to my eyebrows since they are leaning darker as I get older in the dirty blonde realm. This works a lot better and it's just easy. I love being able to fluff this through my brows and walk out the door and not have to worry. And it's just makes my life an easier place, okay? Next is something that I can't believe I really actually bought because it's not really something that's up my alley and I'm really shocked that I like it. It's a brand new product by L'Oreal and it's their Infallible Full Wear Concealer. It has the giant doe foot. I'm sure this is L'Oreal's take on the Shape Tape. Now, this is thick. This is heavy. I'm going to tell you that right now. It is for sculpting. However, I do not find this as drying. Don't get me wrong, it is heavy. It is full coverage, it is thick, but there's a bit more moisture to it, in my opinion, than the Tarte Shape Tape or the Makeup Revolution. What is it? It's the knockoff of Makeup Revolution Shape Tape. This is a really good product. I like to use it to set my eyes and under eye, and I actually think that it's what I was kind of expecting from Shape Tape, but Shape Tape was a little bit too dry. So if you are dry skin and you want a full sculpted under eye and concealer in your life, get this. Because I'm not trying to say it's like the most moisturizing thing, but I found more moisture and more workability with this as opposed to the Shape Tape that dried down so fast, was so cracky and dry. This is gonna give you that. I actually think this is a heavier coverage than Shape Tape, but without sucking every last bit of moisture out of your face. Like I said, it's heavy, but it doesn't take away as much as the Tarte Shape Tape does, and that's why I like it. Next two products I'm gonna talk about are honestly no-brainers, but I just wanna keep a perspective on the horizon of how products are still good even when they have fallen out of mainstream. And what I'm saying is I'm obsessed with my Anastasia Soft Glam and Norvina palette. Now, she came out with the Riviera palette. I have it, I've been using it. I really like it. I need to do some more looks with it, but I know these are gonna fall out of the spotlight and not that many people are gonna talk about them. So I wanna be able to still talk about products that aren't as popular. So right now it's all gonna be about the Riviera. It's all gonna be about all these different new palettes that are gonna be coming out for the summer, but I just wanna throw it back to these two guys. Anastasia's Soft Glam as well as Norvina. I honestly can't get enough of these palettes. They're just so beautiful. They're just so blendable. I use them on every single bride. I use them on myself. I just think there is something so beautiful and special about these palettes, especially for every day. I think we kind of lose sights in, you know, I want this palette and the Riviera is so beautiful, but it's not an everyday palette. And that's exciting and awesome, especially for someone like me who loves to play with the art form of makeup. But in terms of actually performing makeup on brides and for myself, I reach for these all the time and they're such trusty good staples. And I know you're not going to see them a lot anymore in videos because we are living in such a consumerist and capitalist society, which that's just how YouTube is. So I just want to call some attention because, you know, they're not going to be talked about as much anymore because they're not the hot new thing. So Norvina and Soft Glam, still amazing palettes, still love them to death, still my favorites. Thank you for tuning in to my March favorites. I hope you enjoyed this video. You can follow me next month for my April favorites, or I just like to tell you that things I've been really enjoying, and I want to be able to talk about a lot of products that, like I said, are not the hot new fads anymore. So thank you so much for watching. Have an awesome night.